The Lord is with us, precious heart dwellers. Well, we completed the thumb drive contents and have been waiting to upload it to the company. So we're going to have it ready pretty soon, and a method for you to upload it also to your own thumb drives. But that's going to be a couple days yet. We still have some things we need to figure out. But it's been rough. Every one of us has been under attack with either sickness or things going wrong. So those are wonderful signs that this is a very important project that's going to touch a lot of people who are left behind. And when I came into prayer, I have to tell you, I was very frustrated. I've had a rough 4 days, and I'm just like a little kid. I really wanted some ice cream. Tiramisu is exactly what I wanted. And I asked the Lord about it because I didn't want to break my fast from sweets. And I got lust in the flesh, and the Bible promises. And Ezekiel got thumbs down on it too. And I was so angry. I was like a little 5-year-old that couldn't get a cookie. It was terrible. It was just awful. And I know that the enemy has gotten in and is being allowed to make things harder for us right now, but it's the virtue of a soul that keeps the enemy on the outside. It's not little kids throwing fits, little 70-year-old kids throwing fits nonetheless, to get their own way because they didn't get the sweets they wanted. So it took me a while to work that one down. And there were some other things too that were bugging me, and I'm going to share that with you here. Came into prayer, and the Lord was so merciful. He said, I know how hard this has been for you, beloved, but there is an end in sight. I mean that with all my heart. And have I not promised you I would sustain you, even in the midst of these trials? He was very sweet, but I have to tell you, I did repent of my attitude before I came into prayer, because I was a very bad girl. Anyway, I said, you have, Lord, you have promised me that. But I think I kind of dropped off the edge today, fighting off opposition. He answered, yes, unseen opposition. And I replied to him, obstacles. I think I just ran out of patience and got very weak. Would you please move on that man's heart, or whoever is intercepting my letters, and move on their hearts to let us use that picture? Yep, we're back to that again, guys. My heart was really set on that because it is so tender. All he answered was, we'll see. And I said, okay, I repent for losing it with that gentleman. Would you please give me favor with him? He said, I'll try. Forgive me here, guys, for changing the subject very quickly. Lord, you asked me to pray for my children. I really don't want them to be left behind, but I don't see any remedy in sight. And the Lord said, the dome. And I said, really? Yes, really. We're very close. That's why I need your prayers. Of all the prayers for your children, it is the mother's heart that are the most important, that they will not be left behind. Don't give up on praying, Claire. Don't give up. Okay, I'm really going to try, Jesus. So, Jesus, what would you like to speak on tonight? Well, there are many roads before you every day. Always choose the narrow one. Always. Sublime words do not make a man holy and just, but a virtuous life makes him dear to me. So, okay, I'll fill you in on this, guys. This was my bad again. What he's talking about here is that I wanted so badly to include that painting of the Lord in the thumb drive to comfort those who are left behind that I tried to slip it into a small picture in a letter. But we had nothing but trouble uploading the files, so I figured that the Lord could not protect us from the enemy because I was not being totally honest. So I went to the Bible promises and I got, guess what? Honesty. Oh, I was so upset. I was so angry. I said, but Lord, Christians smuggle Bibles into China, and that's not honest. but he wasn't buying any of it. So I took the pictures out. Oh, I was so angry. I thought about it again, and I wrote to the artist saying, this is a 15 gigabyte thumb drive and your picture is 74 kilobytes. It's something everyone can get on the internet now, but no one will be able to get as revelation is being fulfilled. And these people need hope. They need to see a loving Jesus, and your image so captures that about him. Would you please reconsider? So I sent that off to him, and I told him we paid for these thumb drives. We're not making any profit on it. We're basically giving them away. And the Lord broke in at that point, and he said, now that was the right thing to do, not to be sneaky. Did it ever occur to you that I wanted to give this very wealthy man a chance to do something for me without gaining an earthly reward, or that his soul may be in danger? And this one act of kindness might just return to him in the form of mercy at the very hour he needs it most? Yes, Lord, that did occur to me. And after all this had happened, guys, I was thinking about Ron Wyatt, the anesthesiologist who did archaeology in his spare time and was privileged with the find of the Ark of the Covenant and Noah's Ark and the Red Sea crossing and so many other things. He's just been so highly blessed. But every time he turned around, he was offered opportunities to walk away with specimens without the government's permission, and he refused to do it. Every single thing that he took from the sites, he ran by them first, was given permission by them. And I thought a lot about that as I was straining my way through this whole situation and looking at my own behavior. And his example really had an impact on me. So the Lord brought up the fact that I was thinking of Ron's example. Well, you were right to think of Ron Wyatt. He had many, many opportunities to be dishonest, but he was a very upright man, though it cost him dearly. In the end, I rewarded him with the greatest find and revelation of his life, and an archaeologist's dream come true, something I reserved for a man who would not be deceptive. My children, if you want to receive my greatest blessings, you must be honest. No, I am not talking about smuggling Bibles into China. That's man's law, not mine. In that case, you are justified. But in this case, the man has a right to deny use of his image. He may not see the consequences of his actions now, but he will later, and I even can turn that to good. I cannot bless shortcuts, Claire, but I can bless unwavering honesty. Even if at the outset it looks like a loss, I will recompense you for what is unjust. The heart of man is wicked in all his ways until he comes to serve me, and I dwell in him. Then it is expected of him to live righteously before God and man. He's no longer his own. He's mine, and mine must be totally without guile. Oh Lord, when the upload got stuck and Tad said it was because of the image, I figured you were trying to get my attention. And when I went to pray against the opposition, I heard, I cannot protect what is not honest. So I went to the Bible promises and got honesty. And here I am again, guys, confessing my fault. I was sneaky. And I removed all the images because the end does not justify the means. And no matter how much I wanted to do something good for those who are left behind, it's not right for me to be dishonest. So please forgive me. And the Lord began again. It is because I love you that I discipline and guide you, my brides. Let nothing of the world be found in your hearts. May you all be Israelites without guile. You are learning, all of you. I present you with many opportunities every day to exercise virtue. And as you say yes to me, you grow in holiness before God and man. In the end, no matter what it costs you at the time, My blessings will overtake you because of your honesty. And now I am again asking for your prayers for the world. So much is at the tipping point, and I need my people to repent for the sins of the world, for child trafficking, abortion, drug abuse, government exploitation, mass destruction of the planet. Your rulers do not see they are sawing off the very branch they're sitting on. They are completely blind and deceived about this planet's future and the fact that I will intervene and turn everything around. Selfish ambition has taken a hold of the ruling class, and selfish ambition will be their downfall. But I want your hands to be clean before me. Do not soil them with the blood of judgment. Rather beg mercy for all mankind, even the most vile. In this way you will be like my Father in heaven, whose heart is moved to pity by the relentless seeking of power by those who seemingly control the world, but are merely pawns in the hands of Satan. I'm coming to take back the control from the wicked and met out justice, enforcing peace, equality, and opportunity for those who have been deprived for so very long. I will restore the earth. I will heal disease. I will dispense with radiation and all the other toxins in your environment. I will turn the waters to crystal again, and the young will again be born without deformities. The sick will recover, and men's hearts will be moved to pity for one another, seeking only to do good to their neighbor. All shall rejoice in my righteousness. Their hope will be restored. Broken lives will again rise from the ashes, and all men shall worship me on my holy mountain. But for now, my blessed ones, I need you to repent for the sins of the world. Bring them to the throne of the Father and beg mercy. Beg mercy, for time is so short, and I am not willing that any should perish.